All right, here is 9:33 and 30 seconds last Wednesday. It's telling us a breakout's going to happen. And let's see what goes on. This is the 5-minute orb of US NASDAQ. Boom! Look at that right there, that momentum shift. We are expecting a breakout. Let's get our retest. There's our retest. There's our push back up. We are in this trade buying, and we are going for, I don't know, let's just go for $1,000, right? One contract. That's 200 ticks. That's plenty. And this is the break. This is the FLB. Trend shift is pushing up. Boom. Boom. There it is. Now, since that's over, we're not going to use a 935 orb anymore. We've already won that trade. We're going to swap over to a 30-minute orb. And let's see what it tells us to do now. It's telling us right now to fade. The orb is not complete. It's at 9:49, so we need to get to 10. There we go. We broke the orb. We're coming up over it. This is a 30-minute orb. We're crossing. We're using our trend shift right here. We're using the FLB. We're using all our tools at our disposal. And we're looking for a momentum shift down. Boom. That's momentum shift down. This thing says fade. We're going to sell, right? And we're going to sell one more. And we're going to stop loss is going to go right here. We're going to take our first profit at the middle line, and we're going to take the rest of it at the bottom. I just can't put two take profits on this chart with this replay. And this is going to drop down. Let's see. Oh, we're going to draw down and we're good. Okay. And there's our first one. So we buy one contract. Now we have the rest left, and let's see. Boom. How did I do it? Comes up next. Looking at the ORBS, that gives you the fade and breakout signals. Just how powerful it is. You know, the reason I build these things is because I'm a human. And even though I know that I'm supposed to be looking for certain conditions to happen and pay attention and this and that, like we lost some trades the other day because I wasn't paying attention to just some certain rule sets. So I built this to remind me of it. And this, I mean, this isn't based on price action. This is based on the first light beacon. And it's literally telling us if we should be fading or breaking out. And I'm a human and I make mistakes. And so I try to curve those mistakes by building tools to remind me not to make them. And eventually I'm going to have this so dialed in that possibly, hopefully my mistakes will be extremely minimal. So let's talk about this. This is a 5-minute orb at the 9:30 right here. Watch this. All right. So there's the new orb starting. It's already telling you to expect a fade, right? So let's just wait for the orb to complete. There's the orb complete. It's expecting a fade. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we break down. Comes back up. And it fades it. Look at that. Oh, now it's saying breakout. Okay, we're back in the orb, but it's still saying breakout. And look at that. Look at that momentum shove back up, right? Oh. Look at that. See, does it actually break out? I mean, it's left the orb. I mean, I'd consider that a breakout of an orb, right? That's a decent run. And then you have a retest pullback right here. Let's see if it holds. Maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'd be done trading by now. It's 11 o'clock, right? So now it's saying it fade again. And look at that right there. It called it. Let's see where it called it. Like we're going too fast, right? Let's go down a little bit. So it breaks in. Okay, it's calling a fade before price ever even comes down to the orb, right? And there you go. Look at that right there. So you would buy that kind of candle. I would. And then we're taking profit trying to take profit at the top of that zone, right? And there it is. So there is you through a fade, breakout, and then back to fade. All before, was it noon, right at 11:20? Probably wouldn't even take this trade because, I mean, by the time you win this one and then you win the breakout right here, you're pretty much good. This is the 5-minute orb on NASDAQ, guys, that you just watched, that this thing just called out, telling you if you should be trading fades or breakouts. Let's check this one right here. So here is 9:30, boom, right? Saying breakout. Now it's saying fade. Okay. That was the old one. It hadn't calculated yet. So we're expecting a fade. Let's see what happens. So we're expecting, we still don't have a break of the orb yet, so you're not getting into anything. Like, you're just waiting. And okay, so now we're out. Now we're looking for the fade, and I don't see a fade. No. Oh, okay. It said saying breakout. So now what are we going to do? We're going to wait on some type of retest or some type of price action, right? To tell us. So if we sweep this high right here and it comes up anywhere near there, we're probably going to get our break. Let's see. Get any, okay, maybe that right there. There we go. Maybe, I don't know. There's the break. I mean, yeah, that did break from the trend. So okay, here we go. We're going right back up into the orb. And let's see. Let's just fast forward this thing. Going into the orb. There it is. There's your retest and break right there. So watch. So this is, I mean, you just literally got to be super patient sometimes, you know. It broke and never came up or retested until 11:56, right? So that would be it right there. It for a split second it thought it was coming back in, and then it changed over, and you sell, and then your stop loss something like this, and then we're taking profit. Actually, your stop loss probably should cover the high, and then we're taking a 2 to 1 right there, and then there's your trade. This thing is pretty slick. Is it going to be 100%? Absolutely not. What is? But it's giving you a really good idea on what's going out. So this thing is calling breakout at the start. We get a bull flag. I'll go for it. Let's try. I don't know. Let's just, well, this is our swing low. I don't know if we're gonna get a 2 to 1, but no, probably not. Let's just go for the 1 to 1s. The 2 to 1s have not been hitting lately. It's saying fade now. Okay, so we broke that. So the initial was breakout. Now it's saying fade. So let's see. If we take out this low, that's our momentum shifts right there. We did not take the low. We're still holding the support, right? So let's see. Okay, I'll bite on that. Let's check it out. Stop loss at the high, and let's just take profit at the top of it and see what happens. Nope, got stopped out, and it's calling breakout again, and price is just choppy. Now there's settings you can change. We can change these right here. We go to 2 hour. What does it say? 2 hour is still saying fade. There's the breakout. Finally left. And does it actually come back? Though the fade did play out, and we just got in early. Now, boom! Here's something that's going to help you a whole lot. There's the trend shift, right? I personally like the 3 minute, 3 minute right here, and then we're going to put this back onto the hour. But this is the 5 minutes, so I wouldn't be trying to trade like past 10 and 11 o'clock on a 5 minute order. This is literally for finding like what's it doing right at the open, right? So here is what are we doing right at the open. Okay, well we got our breakout signal where we broke the orb, we retested the orb, and we're pushing back up. The trend shift's pushing. That's like a scalp. You want to get into it and get out of it pretty quick and let it go. We don't want to be trying to trade the entire market like that, right? So I like to swap over to like a 30-minute orb here. And here's the 30-minute orb. So we're coming in, it's saying fade. So we're looking for a reason to sell, right? So we're starting to pop up. We turn on our FLB. We're going to swap that thing to, I don't know, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. And we're going to help use that to determine if we should get into the trade. And this is exactly what I did on Friday, something like this. And it's telling me to fade this. We're outside of the orb. We're coming back inside the orb. Honestly, you would have already shorted this, but let's just get some momentum down first. There we go. That's worthy. And we're going to take a stop loss at the high, and then we're going to tug profit at the midline, and then try and leave a runner down to the bottom, but we really can't do that in a playback. So let's try this right here. Okay, there was TP1 hit, and then let's see, did we get TP2? There's TP2. This was last Wednesday. So that's how you can like swap over settings and whatnot, is just go into the settings and you change your orb types, and it'll calculate differently based on the type of orb you're using, right? So, and then multiply that with, or influence it with trend shift, and you're getting into some really decent fade entries or even breakout entries. All right, there you go.